So, you want to fly your Mini 2 drone indoors, right? Is there any chance I can talk you out of it? Because the desire to let your expensive drone loose inside your house will pass eventually. No? I don't think so. Well, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. So don't go away. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, I've had a few queries lately about flying the Mini 2 inside, so here's a super quick video in response to those questions. Now, I understand why some of you might want to fly your drone inside, right? You've been in lockdown too long, or actually even worse, the drone is new, it just arrived. You haven't got time to take it out until the weekend, and you have this burning desire to fly the thing, even if it means it's just a quick flight inside. My strong advice is, don't do it. Just be patient and take it out this weekend. Okay, I admit my first flight with my Mini 2 was inside the apartment, and then I flew it out the door and up and away, very briefly, and then I got it back, flew it back inside and safely landed. And you know what? If I'm honest, it wasn't that satisfying. I wanted to do a proper flight, but at least I got a little bit out of my system, right? And I'm guessing you're the same. In fact, it was the same a few years ago. I took my brand new DJI Spark on a business trip, hoping for an opportunity to fly it. There wasn't, and so Okay, this is a really bad idea. I got this drone 3 days ago. I've flown it once outside. There's no GPS in here, but it's a big lounge. So don't worry, it ended fine, but on reflection, it probably wasn't worth the risk. The key thing about flying your drone inside is that the space is a lot more restrictive than you think it will be, especially when you're making corrective movements with the drone. You don't realize that until you're in a small space, how much room those moves actually take up. Plus, if you haven't flown before, you can get a little panicky, and if you're close to a wall and you get confused and push the drone left instead of right, then... And also with the Mini 2, I know what you're thinking. It's so small. It's not like I'm trying to fly an Inspire 2 inside, for goodness sake. It's a Mini 2, and if I can fit it in my pocket, I should be able to fly it in the lounge, right? Yeah, right. Look, I'm not sure I can convince you anymore not to do it, so if you're going to do it, at least do these things that I'm about to share with you and heed the following warnings. So let's get into it. First up, and just to remind you, the Mini 2 has no obstacle avoidance sensors or capability. Now, at least the Spark had a sensor in the front and it prevented you from going straight into something, but not so with the Mini 2. Now, on the bottom of the drone, you'll find two sensors towards the back. Now, these are vision positioning sensors. They essentially detect the ground during landings as well as when you're hovering near the ground. Now, I do believe that they also help keep the aircraft stable based on what the sensors see. But if you're flying inside in low light, the sensors may not be able to pick up surfaces that well, and it may cause the drone to drift. Next, and it's hardly surprising, you won't be able to connect to any satellites when you're inside, so the drone will have no GPS capability. Having a GPS connection also contributes to the drone staying in one place. So whilst the drone is generally incredibly stable, even inside, a combination of no GPS and low light preventing the vision positioning sensors from working too well may mean the drone could drift. Now, that didn't happen to me, but I'm just putting that warning out there just so you know. Have I put you off yet? No, didn't think so. So, as far as tips go, my top obvious safety tip is to put the propeller guards on if you have them. At least if you do get close to a wall or object in your house, the first touch won't end in disaster, and then you can correct and move away. In fact, propeller guards are a pretty good idea outdoors too if you're a new pilot, because in particular for the Mini 2, in case I wasn't clear earlier, it's got no obstacle avoidance. Next, pick the area or room in your house with the most open space, not some dingy little bedroom with lots of hanging plants, space shuttle models or dream catchers. Again, the room may look fine to fly in, but once you launch the drone, it almost feels like the space closes in on you real fast. And those corrective moves you make actually take up more room than you think, like I explained earlier. Next, I'd strongly suggest you put the drone in cine mode. Now, cine mode slows down the drone's flight speed and movement for an added layer of precision. If you're new to controlling a drone, you can tend to be a little bit jerky in your movements until you get some practice and develop some muscle memory. Now, cine mode kind of says, I know you shoved the stick forward really fast, but I don't think you want to go from 0 to 16 meters per second inside your house, do you? So I'll just go forward slowly. Is that okay? Another way to prevent fast, jerky movements with the controller, and hear me out here because you may think it's a little bit weird, and that is to use the controller without the sticks. Just use the pads of your thumbs where the sticks go. Now, I've made a video on the benefits of using this method when you're flying the drone outside and want to capture smooth cinematic footage. So click on the link on screen and I'll see you over there. Told you it was going to be a quick one. Thanks guys, we'll see you in the next video.